Hi, it's Marissa, MKitsa Creations here on Flosstube, the crafty little corner of YouTube where we talk about cross stitch. And I am here for video number 55. Welcome and thank you for being here and thank you for coming back. I hope that you find something of value in this video or that something that you connect with or enjoy watching. I am a non-full coverage and full coverage stitcher, and I have both to show you today. I have a finish to show you today. I have new starts to show you today. I have something to give to you today. So we've got a lot going on. I have a little bit of haul, which is kind of unusual for me. I have new starts. I don't know if I said that. But yeah, there's a lot going on. There are two little kitties running around the house. They are still doing really well. Our little girl Ash is very much a snuggle bug. Our little boy Salem is a little bit more standoffish. He likes to play, but is not sitting in laps yet. My Ash girl is in my lap, just giving me the love, and I could not be happier. Just total joy from that little girl. All right, what's going on? If you followed me on my like personal and home Instagram, which was surfandsew.me, I have temporarily disabled that. It's probably gonna pop back up in a couple days because I was like doing a test run and being like, do I want to keep going with this? So I set it for like a 7-day disable, but I think I'm gonna go back in and disable for an unforeseen amount of time. The reason that I did that is that I've been spending way too much time on my phone. And so I disabled that last week and I've gotten a ton of stitching done. I have not been staring at my phone as much. And overall, I am feeling a little bit of lightness with what everyone was throwing at me, what I was choosing to care about or follow, what I was allowing to kind of hurt me or bother me. And so that's gone. I have kept my MKitsa Creations Instagram and I am still running with it and operating with it the same as I was before. I'm trying to stay away from the reels on there and so I don't end up in any reel holes. And stories are kind of like sometimes. So I also just in general have made some new rules for myself phone wise. Like I was, you know, especially after I post a video, I'm like looking for that dopamine hit, you know, like how many views do I have? What's going on? Not important, Marissa, not important. So now I like have my phone set to go to sleep at night. And I'm not allowed to use my phone in my room anymore. Like making real rules for myself to try to make life a little bit better. I think I was having some serious dopamine problems and so I was like, this is not good anymore. So no more phone in the bedroom and no more electronics really in the evening except for like tablet for stitching. Really trying to reduce the light, no double screens. So like no being on my phone while the TV's on is another rule that I made for myself because I was really bad about that too. So I'm making new rules. All right. And then I want to talk about Flosstuber Frenzy. So Flosstuber Frenzy is a game made up by, oh, I don't remember what her name is, but it was like kind of a spin-off of Jessie Marie Does Stuff like Baking Show and the Survivor game that somebody else made and Gridiron Grind. And it was essentially like if you're not watching a ton of TV, you're attaching your projects to Flosstubers, which I think is a pretty cool idea. And I thought about it, but I don't like to be told what to stitch by anybody except for my husband when I ask him. Then he can tell me. But otherwise, like I'm gonna stitch what I'm gonna stitch, and I feel like joining in on these is really just setting myself up to fail. And I am really about achieving my goals right now. I have set up those goals of touching all my projects by the end of the year and making a plan for that, and have been sticking with it. And right now it is setting up things that are attainable for me. So, but Dawn Marie from DM's Crafty Vortex, she assigned a project to me, and I think it's a new start because she has recently like propelled me into the land of full coverage. And so thank you for that, Dawn Marie, and thank you for including me in your Flosstuber frenzy. I just don't think I can, I just won't, I won't stitch the things. And I was like, okay, well, maybe I could do it with only full coverage floss tubers that I watch and attach my full coverage patterns to it. And then that way I would know which one to pick up. But it's just not something that I would stick with. So I am probably going to have huge FOMO about this later, but I just think that I would be setting myself up for failure. So I'm going to stand down on it at the moment and just stitch SWEWE what I want when I want. So with that, let's get to stitching. Yes? All right. So my car project has been Bent Creek, the Black Cat. And the way that carpool works here, so they have a regular pickup line and they have a carpool pickup line because we have both kids at the same school. The carpool pickup line is very chill. But I like to leave a little bit early because then I get some more stitching time in my car. Our kids could ride the bus, but my husband and I have schedules that allow us to drop them off and pick them up, and we have backup with my mom being local, so it just doesn't make sense for us to do that and have them be away from the home for longer. We're very like homebody family, and it's just better for us to have them here. So I stitched in the carpool line. So I get about 20 minutes of stitching. I can usually put in like 2 strands ish. And so I finished my Black Cat. So here he is, or she is. And then when I stitched the pumpkin, I stitched with a variegated floss, but instead of just going like back and forth across, I kind of divided a pumpkin up into 3 parts, like the normal curvature of a pumpkin would go, and then one up the middle, and stitched in lines that way. And I don't know if it really made like that much of a difference, or if you can tell. I do like how the variegation turned out. But yeah, it was just like a little interesting like choice in my stitching pattern for this project. With that, I'm gonna pass a stash on the Black Cat. So if you would like to stitch the Black Cat from Bent Creek, let me know by using the word bent in your comment today. If you choose to do this, please do not include the words like giveaway or free or win in your comment. I will delete it. I don't want anybody coming on my Flosstube channel that doesn't really want this to take this away from somebody that is gonna stitch it. So please use the word bent. Please be over 18 so that you can legally give me your address. And in my next video, in 2 weeks, I will choose a recipient and get this sent out. Should be easy to go out since it's smaller size, so you won't have to wait long. It should be able to pop that in the mail right away. My kitties are wrestling on the floor. All right, so that was my finish. And then I was like, ooh, I finished. I can have new starts. So I will be participating in the HAED 2026 sale, and I'm gonna stitch the skulls. It's a still life from the 1600s, and I absolutely love it. It is dark and I don't know if it's spooky, but I guess it people would assume that it is, because skulls. But I am stitching the skulls. I'll throw a picture of it here just so you can see it. It is not high on the list of people who are stitching or participating in the HAED sal. A lot of them, I've got a cat with claws stuck in the couch. Oh, got him. Okay. Our poor couches. This is why we didn't buy new couches. They had already been torn up by previous cats at our old house, so it is not a huge loss. They are old couches. They are from before my children were born. So yeah, I am participating in the HAED sal. Sorry, bleh, kitties. I'm participating in the HAED sal, and I was gifted some 27 count Linda fabric from a friend. I know that the Fat Quarter Shop carries this. I am not sure. I didn't really Google where else to get it from. So you can probably look there, but it's called Linda. Every time I type it out and put it in a group, people are like, I've never heard of 27 count Ada. I'm like, it's not Ada, it's Linda. So it's an even weave. It's a little bit stiffer than Lugana is. And I wanted to make sure that I would be happy stitching full coverage on it, especially one that I like needed to put stitches into and needed to commit time to, and if I would be okay with it. So I have been cross stitch shopping a little bit, and I have been searching on Unconventional X Stitch because I really appreciate her views as far as art and turning artists into cross stitch, and her licensing and using real art. And so I wanted to support her in that venture. Silly me, I did not buy both of my patterns at the same time, which would have given me a discount because there's a sale going on. Like, the more you spend, the more you get off. But I bought them each separately. You know what? More to her. These charts are phenomenal. So the first chart that I started, and the reason that I like went over to Unconventional X Stitch was What Lies Beneath. And I'm gonna put a picture of it here. It is tall and skinny, and I love it. And I got a decent start on it. It is a lot of blues. I started in the bottom right corner, and with the lighting, you may not be able to see all that much, but there are some beautiful blues in there. And so this is 2,926 stitches out of 119,400. This is 2.45% complete. I'm just really happy with the start I got. I really feel like it was a good significant start. It allowed me to like put it down and not feel like I didn't do anything or I just did one little square. So I got this going, and I really do like the 27 count Linda. I don't notice that much of a difference between like a 25 count Lugana. I thought it might be a little bit tighter, and it might when I get to like a little bit more confetti, versus like this is a lot of the same color in most of the places. So I don't know, we'll see. There's still, even with a dark color, there's still a little bit of white showing through. But I am, especially with this being so much dark, I'm really happy that this is on the 27 count and not the 25. I love the coverage of 1/1. I contemplated doing 2/1 tent for the sal, and I can't. I don't think my brain will let me. It will feel unfinished, like unfinished legs. I don't think I can pull it off. So I'm gonna stick with 1/1 full cross for the sal also, but this was a great test run on this new Linda fabric. I don't think it's like, I don't know if it's new like in the cross stitch world or not. I had never heard of it before, but I have one more piece that I can start a new project on, but I'm gonna wait until a new piece calls me because I just started 2 and I'm gonna start a new one on January 1st. So I'll wait to find an artist that that really like excites me again. And then I realized that Ivy Dolamore's charts were being retired from Unconventional X Stitch, and I had a couple of her patterns in my wish list. I decided to pick just one, and it was mostly based on the other one that I really liked, was like, I think it's called the Apothecary's Assistant, and in the top right it's like white windows, and it just I don't think I can like make myself stitch that much white, but then like cropping that out would have also cropped out like a really beautiful plant that she had in the corner, and I didn't want to do that. So perhaps that is a print that I buy at some point from Ivy Dolamore, but it's not going to be something that I stitch. But I decided on Cauldron of Mer, which is, I'll put in a picture right here of what that looks like. So purple-haired mermaid witch sitting in a cauldron with her black cat and monsteras. My monsteras are currently put away because it's not a kitty safe plant, but we'll see what their cat eating, plant eating tendencies tend to be like. But yeah, so I am so pumped on this start. Here's where I'm at. And so this is 2,786 out of 156,600 for 1.78%. And look at that cute little kitty. That it came from the Crafty Grimalkin from Reese, and it looks just like my little Ash kitty. So cute. So yeah, these colors are just, they're really lovely. They're very soft. It's like a lot of the green is like 501, 502 in that area. And then like there's like a beiges, and like there's like some dark gray. It reminds me of the like car colors that are popular right now in the newer cars. There's like khaki, like a khaki blue and a khaki green and a khaki brown. Like it just kind of reminds me of those more muted colors, and it just feels really good to stitch. I know there's brighter colors and like the rest of it, but like right now it's very calming with these colors. And yeah, I mean this fabric was a very affordable option. Now if you have to have gridding for your full coverage, it won't work for you. But if you don't need grids, this is a really I think a piece that would like this size that would fit this pattern on it. It's like $11. So I feel like that makes kitting up these full coverages, you know, with a $20 pattern and umpteen flosses, makes it a little bit more affordable and accessible. So I really, really love this, the Cauldron of Mer. So again, Unconventional X Stitch. I got 2 new Unconventional X Stitch starts. I'm full coverage crazed right now. I can't stop, won't stop. I'm still stitching on my non-full coverages too, but I definitely have been bit by the bug a little bit. All right, so whips, get some more non-full coverage in here a little bit. I am progressing through my goals of stitching on all of my projects throughout the year. So I have 2 more November projects that I need to touch, but I've got 2 of them to show you today that got progress on them. The first one is Act of God, and I've been showing like a picture of it on my tablet lately, but I'm just gonna stick a picture in here of what that one will look like when it's complete and show you where I am right now. So this is 2,089 out of 69,371 for 3.01%. I'll give you a little bit closer. Kitties are playing with my tripod, sorry. And I love how this works. So I'll show you over here where I was when I started this. It essentially will be at the beginning of this year, what it looks like. But I haven't decided to put it away just yet, so we'll see. Hopefully I will work on it a little bit more, add a few more, get like, I don't know, try to get like something complete. I feel like a motify type area before I put it away. And yeah, I started this with my friend Brandy from B&E Stitchery, so it has a B&E Stitchery needle binder on it. And it is being stitched with a Silks4u silk. And then this is, picture this plus, I think it's called Mystic. I will double check and it will be down below. But Silks4u silk number will go down below, and the fabric for this will go down below as well. All right, and then since I finished the Black Cat, I had to change over what my car project was. And for now, and for the last couple pickups, it has been Turkey Bay. This is by Plum Street Samplers. And it's turkey time in life, so we're doing turkey time in Turkey Bay. And I showed this to you last time, but I worked on it still a little bit more and added some more to the boat. Had to stop mid thread on the last pickup. So hopefully I'll be able to carry that across today at pickup. And then more full coverage. So I was ready to put down my 2 new starts, and I asked my husband what he thought I should stitch, and he was like, well, when was the last time you worked on Tiki Beach Sunset? Because he really loves that pattern. So do my girls, and so do I. And so I picked up Tiki Beach Sunset. So I'll put a picture in here of where it was when I picked it up from this time around. I added, since that picture, 1,440 stitches. I did move it in the Q-snap since the last time you saw it. I mostly filled in some stuff down here, and then started working this like purple up, and I filled in a couple other colors right there. So my full coverages are, they're staying in their Q-snaps for now. I purchased another set of, or another pair of like an 8-inch Q-snap and an 11-inch Q-snap. And I'll put the link for that below. It'll be an affiliate link for Amazon, but you can always find those somewhere else, like anywhere else, and you can just Google. But they sell it together as an 8-inch and an 11-inch as a package. And in all honesty, I am willing to spend the money on Q-snap brand versus any like craft store brands. I have tried a couple of the craft store brands, and I find that the clamps either like wear out faster, or they're not long enough to cover like the actual part of the side that you need to be able to get that tension without getting like weird dippy floppy areas in them. I don't know how else to explain it. But yeah, it doesn't make sense for me to do that. I'm not a huge fan. So anyways, I ordered a couple more of these, and then I just Frankenstein them and combine the 2 short sides and 2 long sides, and I get to make 2 8x11 Q-snaps, which is my favorite size to work in because I feel like it's just, you're never reaching as far. Like if I have it in an 11x11, I can't get to everything that I want to get to, and I have to move the Q-snap anyways in order to be like efficient. And so with this, I have a little bit more space to work out to, but I still am within like an easy reaching area of my project. So this is where Tiki Beach Sunset is at, and again, my full coverages are not going away. They'll be out and I can pick them up as I want. I am stitching all of them from stash, except I did start kitting up the skulls project in its own little like thing, because I feel like I actually really need to make sure that I have all of these flosses on hand so that I can like hit the goals that I want to hit. And then with this, like my main goal is to hit the one page because there's an exclusive Aimee Stewart chart that's coming. If you finish the 1 page, which I hope I like. I will assume that I'm going to like because it's Aimee Stewart and I really like most of her stuff. But, and then to finish 6 pages, don't chew on that. Ash, Ash, no baby. Ash, stop it. Don't do that. That's bad. That's mama's. I know. You want to come up here? And come up here? Can you come up here? Can you come say hi? Do you want to come say hi? No, she wants to play. Sorry. And then in addition to ordering those Q-snaps so that I could do that, I also placed, like I said, an order with the Crafty Grimalkin. I ordered bones from the Animal Cracker series, so one kitty to a new kitty. So this is him. He's so cute. And that little mask can go like on him also. But, oh, he's adorable. It's a lot of black stitching. The fish are on black though, and I think the mask is too. So those are just, but Bones is not. He's black stitch on a like lighter color fabric, which I think I'm gonna use. I have some old Salem linen that I'm using for another project, and I think I'm gonna stitch him on that. I also have the Animal Cracker of the Plague Doctor. I don't think he's called that. I think he has a different name, but so I'm collecting the darker leaning Animal Crackers. And then I also bought to make as a Christmas gift for my sister, which will turn into my new car project until I get to the beading, is this Satsuma Streets, the Raven. I'm gonna make this as an ornament for her. She is a Halloween 365 human like I am, and I think that this would be a great addition to her tree if she puts one up. If not, because she also has 2 cats. If not, it can just go and live somewhere else in her home, and it could probably be up all the time. But I feel like this is a good one for her. So other than the beads, I will stitch this in the car and see where I get to, and then I will figure out a safe place to do beads, which actually the car is sounding a lot safer than this house with cats. So we shall see. All right, I think that's, oh, nope. I have, so plans. Flossmas, Vlogmas is coming. I don't plan on doing a video every day, but I definitely plan on peppering you with a few more videos than I normally do. And maybe a couple different varieties of videos, just because I think it's a really fun time of year to get a bunch of other videos up and kind of, I don't know, it's like a see what sticks kind of thing. See what you all are interested in and what you like. I just love, I'm such a consumer of Flosstube. And I'm trying to get better about commenting, because I feel like I love when I have interactions with my Flosstube people and friends, and I would like to escape the parasocial relationship that exists in the Flosstube world and really like connect with the people that I watch and that watch me. And it doesn't mean you have to be a content creator as well to connect. Like, please, like, chat, message me on Instagram. I love it. This is my social media outlet now. I have removed like the personal part of my, like the non-crafty part of my social media is dissipating right now. And that might be actually like a topic of a future video on how to balance a essentially like very social media-esque endeavor that I love participating in, while also trying to limit my social media consumption. So it is definitely something that I am trying to craft the struggle with, I guess, a little bit. So on that note, I am getting close to a low battery, and I am getting close to when my camera's gonna cut off for my 30-minute mark. So I hope you have a great couple of stitchy weeks, and I will catch up with you soon, and I will hopefully hear from you. Let me know what you stitched while you were watching my video. And you know, like send me a picture on Instagram or comment here, or let's do the stitching. Let's try to do the stitching together. And actually, I think I might see you all at Jingle Ball before I see you back here. So hopefully you're going to be at Jingle Ball, and I will talk to you all later. Bye.